format. Come on.
Alright, welcome to the Heretical Podcast. I'm Jake. This is Will. This is Ice. That's Josh. And welcome to you all.
What is he, like the redheaded stepchild? What was with the distancing to it? Alright, we got Jake, Will, and Ice, and then that over there, that's Josh. We don't talk about him too much.
Okay. Alright, let's try this again, because apparently I'm messed up.
No, we're fine. That intro was fine. I'm just saying that was funny. We'll stick with that intro, but I'm just saying it's funny. Because Josh is just like that forlorn child that nobody wanted, apparently. Because Matt over there, that's Josh.
That's
Josh.
Josh.
A couple weeks ago, but he's still here. He's finding his way back home. I'm not quite sure how.
We all
Coming
went there
back.
once.
I think we did.
Of course.
Okay.
Probably.
So, what we're doing is playing PSO2. Those of you that don't know what PSO2 is, don't feel bad. Because the last time PSO came to North America was a very long time ago. So finally,
Wow.
8 years.
So descriptive. It was more than 8 years, technically, because I'm pretty sure Phantasy Star Universe closed down a few years before. Well, the online. The online closed down a few years before this game was made, I'm pretty sure.
alright,
So it's actually been like 10 or 11 years since there's been like an online iteration. Wow, I almost fucked it up really bad. I don't know what I was going to say. I think it was iteration.
thank you.
I'm not sure.
So, you know,
But-
we're
It's been like a 10 to 12 year iteration. Before there's been another iteration, I should say. And this is just returning.
It's you.
so, no, we don't know what we're going to be doing, because, yeah. I don't know.
I know what we're going to be doing. We got a couple of topics.
So we got everything.
Oh, yeah.
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 We actually have really good topics.
Yeah. So,
See this? This is what's wrong with Animu.
so who should start off the topic of the day? Should it be me? Should it be Josh?
Alright, so there's like something I want you to talk about. And it's the topic of VR becoming more mainstream. Like, over the... There's something both me and Will can actually really talk about. With...
Enough.
I think from the beginning of the year, there's been
Bye for now.
4.5 total VR systems sold across Oculus, Valve, and Vive, which is just that's kind of staggering because it used to seem like such a niche group of gaming. That was really fucking blowing up throughout the next couple of years.
Bye for now.
I'm pretty sure it's actually probably a higher number now because all stock on the Oculus Quest and Valve Index are now sold out again.
Oh, surprise!
I don't know.
What's up?
I've never really been a huge fan of VR. I've wanted to dabble in it, but in retrospect, I've never been like, "Oh, give me VR. Give me VR. Give me that." No.
Well,
no,
if,
no.
any time to ever jump into it is probably now.
It's just, I don't know.
A bit shorter than
What would you like to do?
Now is like when it's really fucking blowing up now. Companies are really starting to invest in it, and people are starting to get more footholds in it.
the actual games and stuff with good innovation and
Mhm.
good teams behind it now. It's not just like games that have been entirely abandoned, like a lot of other companies seem to do.
I don't know.
Um,
VR's just never
well,
been my fancy.
I don't know.
That's fine.
guess
It's
to each
to
their own.
each their own.
But Josh has bought his VR and is currently waiting for it to ship, and I
Feel
actually
free
bought
to stop by
mine
anytime.
last week. Oh, my wife ordered it, whatever, for me. Point is, got one. But, it came about Wednesday, one of the two, Tuesday, I think it was. So it came about this last Tuesday that just went by, and, so I've been, playing around, and I got an Oculus Quest. Josh, you got the Valve Index, correct?
Yep.
So he went expensive, I went what I could afford. Pretty vast differences in the two. Of course, being different companies, that's one big one, but that's not the primary difference here. So,
Oculus has got
we'll
quite
just
a
go
few
through the
good
quick.
ones.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
There's more budget options.
I was more saying. I was more getting at what the big differences between our two headsets is going to be, but basically the big differences between Josh's VR headset versus mine. Josh got the Valve Index versus what I got was the Oculus Quest. The Valve Index is about $1,000 headset, and the Quest is about a $500 to $700, depending on how you order it. If you get it through a retailer, it'll be about $700 and some. If you get it from Oculus themselves, it'll be $500 some for the 128 gig variant. By the way, there's two versions.
To be fair,
64 gig, 128 gig.
The full set is $1,000. That comes with a headset, trackers, and controllers.
Well, yeah, you kind of need the whole set. So.
Well, you can just buy it. Well, if you already have the sensors, you can like HTC sensors.
Most people don't just have the sensors if they're buying a VR.
No, what I'm saying is if they have HTC Vive sensors, and they can just upgrade the headset.
Well, yeah, they already have it, but we're talking about just ordering in.
Oh, true.
I mean, if you're getting just a headset, that's kind of different. That's a whole. Those people have already dabbled in it. They already know about this shit. They've already looked into it.
Fair.
All good setups. But great. But you know, aside from that, though, we have So we got, like I said, we got the Oculus Quest, which was mine, and the Valve Index, which is what Josh ordered. Josh paid about $1,000 for his whole kit and caboodle. I paid about 500 some for mine. Big differences is, like I said, mine is actually its own, like, basically it's its own system as a whole.
Standalone system.
There's no computer requirement. Yeah, it's standalone. You don't require a computer to run the games. It actually runs entirely off the VR headset. Well, Josh's is dependent on a computer. And that's primary differences with ours, of course. Jesus. Sorry, my cat did a nasty. He's been a little funky. But, anyways. So that's the big differences for us is he's got the $1,000 one that is computer dependent, but it has really good graphics and everything. Looks really good, and it's a really well-respected, good rounded system. Well, mine is an independent system, 128 gigabytes of memory built into it. Looks pretty good for the most part and plays really well. A lot of fun. I've been playing a lot more. Josh hasn't gotten his yet, unfortunately. He's got a, what, 2, 3, 4 week gap?
2 to 4 weeks till it ships. 2
to 4 weeks. So yeah, he could be anywhere between before we all died of corona or after, you know, whatever.
Hopefully before.
It's okay, we're young and healthy. It's probably not that big of a deal for us. I mean, obviously you still don't want it because you don't want to spread it to your unhealthier family, but not as dire as everyone's planning that off to be.
Ooh, mass genocide. Ooh.
Actually, it's going to be more like the Alien movies, where aliens just can pop out of our chest and we're all become aliens.
What a twist.
What a
Jake
twist!
is not in our block. Jake, go to your friends list and transfer to our block.
Okay.
You're in the wrong area.
So,
Yeah.
is there anything else you guys want to talk about along the way of VR?
Yeah, quite a few things.
I
Like
guess
the
the,
different
other
games.
part of the quest is the big thing with the quest, I guess, would just be I was going to get into is there's also a side loading feature, which is for people who are interested in it, which is kind of nice. There is a an entirely separate app. It's meant for developers. Let's be real though, most people who use it probably aren't developers at all, like or even planning to be, which is what it's intended for. It's intended for anybody that is a developer or intends to become one. Pretty much everyone who uses it is not either of those. They're just using it so they can play games that are in beta format, like Pavlov's Shack, which is for the Quest variant, I guess, because there's two different ones. There's the standard PC versus Quest. I guess they're slightly different. I don't really know. Not being on my area there, but graphics and some mechanics, yeah. Some little mechanics, not very big ones, but some mild graphics. But yeah, it's a little different. But not bad though. Shack is still fun. Graphical quality is a little lower than the standard one. It's not cross-platform at the moment, and I don't think it's going to be unless they have some kind of sudden change due to hardware differences. Still not a big deal though. It's not like the gameplay is bad. Gameplay is fucking fantastic, and it's super fun to go through. I've been playing it a decent amount, playing the zombies and playing the standard CSGO imitation there. I've also played some other ones like Beat Saber. Can definitely see why people like it. Very fun game. Seems rather simplistic till you start playing it. Shit's kick-ass. Super hot in the VR versus console. Now that is a fucking shift.
Yeah,
That's a lot of fun.
the game just seems like it was built for VR.
It really was built for VR. Playing the console wasn't bad, but it was really boring. Playing the VR is fun as hell. But, that's, not the basis of most of that. Just been dabbling in that lately and having some fun with it. I got more games I'm going to be trying out later tonight. But, I don't think there's anything else much to say unless, Josh, you got any input here?
There's a few games that I kind of want to talk about, like Onward. Like Pavlov is the VR equivalent of CS:GO.
CS:GO.
Onward is more of a rainbow game. There's also like a bunch of zombies games that look pretty fun. Well, what we mean by cross-platform is Oculus and PC VR run on two different types of systems. Like PC VR being HTC Vive or the Index. There's actually quite a few games that are cross-platform, like Arizona Sunshine. Onward will be cross-platform. There's a few free games called like Rec Room, Big Screen, and so on. Apparently, Big Screen is really fun, from what I've heard. Well,
I've heard people like it. It's basically just watching movies with your friends, which is cool. You know, if that's what you're into with a group of friends that, you know, if you don't live together, of course, or live near each other. Like our case, like some of us live down,
we're kind of spread a little bit across
Ohio,
country.
some Indiana, some on the other side of the same state, some even further. But that's, you know, aside from the point, though. Regardless, it's just for something to do with friends if that's what you're into. But I don't. Is that about it? I guess not too much more.
Big
to talk
Screen
about
actually
right now.
this might be a little bit old news, but Big Screen partnered with Paramount to show copyrighted movies that you might have not been able to get on Big Screen, I guess. But they're showing their movies at like scheduled times for but you have to buy tickets to them. I think it's like $4.50 a ticket, which isn't that bad. It's cheaper than normal. I'd say, well, normal for around here. Movie ticket.
No, I would say in my personal opinion, the reason why VR is actually, really just doing so well at the moment is just for the fact that everything feels so immersive and everything, feels reactive when you touch things. Like, for example, let's say like you're holding like a bolt action sniper rifle. You feel immersed when you're actually pulling the bolt back of actually shooting the rifle.
Right.
Same thing when it comes to like, say like you're holding the sword and you actually feel the blade going into somebody. And something's really that immersive. People just enjoy that feeling.
So you're saying people are psychopaths?
Yes.
Damn straight. That's actually kind of a little reminder to throw me on. Oh god. Fuck. I inhaled it a little bit. Fucking saliva went down my windpipe.
No,
Now I'm dying. Oh, well, that's over. My life is over. Good night, everybody. But, actually kind of reminds me, though, is, that's the other thing with VR that makes it so great. Genuine people, like, interactions and, like, just funny shit, basically. Because in most games, if somebody wants to fuck around, you like the way you commit suicide or do something goofy, you just blow yourself up, jump off a cliff. Well, VR just makes it so much better because people can genuinely do some of the goofiest shit due to how it's made to react to people. Like in Pavlov, sneaking up on other players or walking up to your teammates and just pulling the magazine out of their gun and sticking it in your gun instead. Stuff like that, or like just walking up to the enemy if you're in like a fight and they're trying to use their gun. If you can sneak up, you can pull the magazine out of their gun and they'll just obviously shoot the one that's in their chamber. That's always funny, shit like that. Or there's other ones where you can like walk up to somebody, steal the sidearm off of their, side and then shoot them with it. Stuff like that, There's all sorts of goofy shit you can do, which makes it super great, honestly. I just love the fact that you can do that kind of shit to people. But,
Yeah. Like, player interaction
there
is
is-
completely different, too.
yeah, player interactions are way different. It's kind of cool throwing magazines to your teammates or throwing
Chucking at them
guns
with
to your
their dick.
teammates, all this different stuff. Yep, throw them at them if they're an asshole, or just suicide is always funny as shit. Middle of a bad fight, you don't like the way it's going,
No,
just
that would
turn your
condone
gun
it.
around and shoot yourself in
I
the
would
face.
say not in real life, no.
Not real life, but in the VR, it's funny as hell. Can't say that it's not. When you're playing a game with some people and it's just going wrong, and you just see the one guy turn his gun and shoot himself, it's hilarious.
Like how like, what?
Especially-
You told me this one
No
story
words.
where like you're in the middle of a fucking zombie game, and the guy just
Middle of
turns-
zombies and Pavlov.
Go on, your story.
Oh, it's the middle of the zombie round in Pavlov. I'm just trying to get used to the game still, and then this guy just doesn't say anything. We're just shooting him. I cover his ass a little bit, save him from a few zombies, and all of a sudden he just clicks out the mag in his AK, puts a new one in, racks the shell, spins the gun around, and shoots himself in the mouth without saying a word. The other guy turns around, he's like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "What happened?" And my mic wasn't working at the moment, so I'm just like shaking my head and my hands like, "I don't fucking know, man. I didn't do it." And it was just really funny. The guy comes back after the next round was over, and he's kind of like, "Sorry, I forgot to mention anything. I just wanted my health back. That's my bad." And it was just really entertaining. People's reactions and stuff, and like what they do is just makes it so much better. But I feel like some good coverage on VR stuff. Do got some other ones, but I'd like to throw a dip in the conversation to our other two here for more of a focus on them. How has the coronavirus been for your guys' work?
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. I'll let us go first.
as I might just pretty much sure because I haven't really been at work much, but the one time I actually was going to work, that boss actually called me off. I don't know why or what reason. Obviously, I'm going to Corona and all that, but apparently work has been really slow at my place. It's been really, just slow going.
Jesus. Alright, Jake,
Oh, it's
you gotta add some stories.
Oh, I do. Jesus. Alright, I thought, okay, everyone's just gonna panic, and it's not gonna be that bad. Freaking first day, no toilet paper. Second day, no toilet paper. Third day, no toilet paper. Fourth day, no toilet paper. Still, no toilet paper. Now started handing people one thing of toilet paper and they're getting upset. Jesus. And not only that, it's because everyone's panic buying. They are literally, they have emptied every single shelf I can fill in a matter of like 30 seconds. That means our trucks are bigger. Which means our trucks are bigger, it means we're in the back longer. Which means we're going to have much more time putting stuff on the shelf. Which means much more things I gotta work. Which means much more things that people are going to get annoyed about because people are idiots and they're like, oh, we want to get toilet paper because if I can't myself, I can't use sanding paper. It's also been annoying for the guys that have been working.
Sandpaper, you goon.
That's why I said it like that though. For the people that work in the paper aisle because, because they can't leave well enough alone. They can't let us wait until we take things off the cart. No. We'll have full pallets out there where we're unloading a truck and, oh, hey, look at this. Jimmy John Joe Hansen just punched up off of a skid and it's not even unloaded yet. And causing almost major damage because if that skid falls on someone, oh, we're going to get in trouble for it. Not the person who's pulling stuff off it, we are. And instead of being respectful and, taking
Waiting
what
a
they
goddamn
have.
second.
It's like, okay, if our truck unload doesn't take until like 3 or 4 hours later because of how big our trucks are, they're just gonna have to wait. But no, people will take them off. Like we had one person took stuff off and then whipped open one case, just get one thing, put it back after she saw that there was a whole case of the one she wanted, and took the whole case and left those ripped ones all on that skid.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, no, people are annoying. People have been asking me, do you guys not have toilet paper? And when do we guys have toilet paper? When do we guys have tissues? I said, it's whenever we get them off the truck. When we unload the truck.
Yeah. Someday, motherfucker, someday.
People have been asking me, oh, well, do you have this too? I said, I probably have it, but I don't have it on the shelf yet. They're like, oh. Or people have been asking, oh, do you guys have toilet paper yet? No, because people took it all. When will you guys get toilet paper? I don't know. And
You just gotta start hitting them with the, start fucking with them, really throw them into a panic and be like, oh, the toilet paper companies have been closed, they stopped making it.
I've been half empty too, but...
So they put them in the extra fear. Throw it in that extra mile. Might as well double down on this whole freak out being everybody's still doing it regardless of what everyone says.
Well, it's also gotten to the point where it's like... When this was all becoming a big thing, like 2 weeks ago, we were closing at 11, now we're closing at 8 p.m. We usually close at...
Yeah, I did hear that you guys are closing earlier now.
And we usually close at like 12. Now we're closing at like 8. Just because of this whole thing. And it's hilarious.
I just gotta say, the people who don't have babies that are getting baby wipes, you're fucking assholes.
They are. I'll send you some.
I mean, I haven't had to deal with that issue, but I can just think about other parents who have. I mean, being a parent myself, my wife and I with our son, I can imagine going and seeing every fucking baby wipe being out and us needing it and having a kid with a shitty diaper. I mean, yeah, if you don't have kids and you're buying baby wipes, I'd probably castrate yourself, I'm gonna be honest.
Well,
Kind of a cunt.
Well, that, it's like, now everyone's only allowed to get one toilet paper, one of this, one of that.
Oh, that's actually an enforcement.
Oh yeah, that's people can get upset because in the past 2 or 3 days we've put caution tape over the paper aisle and we've put like 2 people there to hand out what people wanted. And people,
Gotta have the fucking bouncers.
oh,
Get
people.
security.
I see pictures of police officers having to fucking do that.
Well, people are getting annoyed because they want to be in that aisle and they want to just grab everything, but they can't because we're stopping them. It's like you guys are taking all the stuff off at a rapid rate.
Just have
Y'all
police
are
officers with M4s marked up there.
Well, now it's like since we're closed.
Someone crosses the line, just.
But no, it's like now that we're closed,
Well,
it's like all right, you guys gotta go. You guys gotta head towards checkout. And people get annoyed, but I'm like, hey, coronavirus fault, and it's partial. If you guys would be buying all this stuff in bulk, maybe we wouldn't be worrying about this. But who knows? I do know. I believe we're our first hour of the being open is to let seniors in the shop because people are just crazy. And it's
Like Black Friday every day.
Oh, well, especially for us. It's like, it's crazy because we spend the day, unload the truck, and then we get done. But here's the thing, is people see it, and you don't even have to unload. They'll sit there. I've had some cases where people will open a box or something that they saw that I've had something. They put however many they want out, and then leave the box open on my cart. When I've been in. Oh yeah, no, it's whatever. You know, you just gotta put up with it. So, I mean, granted, because we're a pharmacy, we're open. We have to stay open because we have a pharmacy. But however, though, luckily, from what I was told, is that we're getting paid a bit extra for
That's always good.
Yeah.
We're dealing with all the bullshit.
From what I was told, part-times they're getting an extra 150, which I'm not part-time, I'm not full-time, I'm part-time, but full-time's getting an extra 300, so I said,
Damn.
I'm alright with it, because even though I'm not full-time, I'm alright with getting an extra 150. For the fact that we gotta work through this, and it's crazy. Because people can't find to keep balling up one. They're like, whatever. So, it's also been super crazy. People just, it's like 1 minute you think, oh, they aren't gonna start pulling the things off the shells late. And gong, oh no, they are.
Jesus.
And people have been getting mad because we've been running out of bread because people have been buying bread. It's like, there's nothing we can do.
God damn.
And apparently people are already buying ammo and stuff. I'm like, great, what's that gonna do? What are you gonna do with ammo?
Hey, ammo's not a bad idea. If people are this fucking crazy about toilet paper,
Oh.
it's not gonna be surprising if someone tries to do some dumb shit later.
Try breaking houses.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's already been cases in different parts of the state, so...
I
Not the
haven't-
state,
I-
the U.S.
I was gonna say,
United
I
States.
haven't heard anything on my end.
I haven't heard any in Michigan. Well, okay, I guess to be fair, it's pretty normal for people to break into shit with Detroit and Flint and all that, so...
Yeah,
Okay, well, there we go. So my wife just informed me that somebody in Lower Mission got into a fight over Corona and got shot. So, as you can tell, it's already went that route, so it's not a
Nice.
bad idea to have bullets, just in case.
So prepare your wait,
Yep.
roll again.
Yep.
but from what I was told though is, we could possibly going into a statewide shutdown, which means we'd be even closed. You know for how long? But possibility, and I'm like, no, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Because at this
Well,
point,
the unfortunate part... Oh, go ahead.
like I say, at this point, if it does, we'd be able to get paid for our time off. And that's nice, but I'm just like, I don't even care anymore. It's driving me up the wall hearing about this.
Same. I just hate hearing false information about it. That's my big deal. There's so much false info with the whole coronavirus thing going around and all that shit.
Well, it has, like, I'm kind of excited it hasn't hit my area. So I know my family members have problems, and I don't want them to get it. But, you know, I just go and it's just like, can this be over, please? Besides that, yeah, no, it's crazy.
Jesus.
We've had,
Well, there we go. We got a first-hand interview of the man at the front lines.
well, that's like, alright, no, there's more of this. Crazy shit. We've been having to do this with, this course currently unavailable.
No, you have to hit B when you get a part of it starts up.
But what essentially is happening is we've been having probably about almost 3,000 piece trucks, and we're 3,000 piece trucks. It's like, please stop.
Jesus.
Remind you,
Ridiculous.
if we're having a really slow bad day back there, we'll get done by 5 o'clock.
Great work. Completed. Please head on back.
Damn.
And it's bad.
Now, I just want to tag this in here real quick with us talking about Corona. I'm not saying, when I say the stuff about it, and then saying it's not as big a deal as everyone's making it. I'm not saying don't be cautious. Always be cautious. Obviously, you don't want to get it because you don't want to spread it and make it worse and possibly spread it to
And
people who are immunocompromised and such or anything like that.
the thing I worry about Corona is it's not the Corona itself. It's a lot of people. What people are dying from is getting pneumonia after because of scarred lungs.
See, that's why it's like, where I work, they don't have a problem with us wearing gloves. It's like I'm constantly wearing gloves at work. Granted, they're eagle gloves, but it's gloves nonetheless. They haven't very strong, but
Yeah, so like I said though, I want to make sure that message is drilled in though one more time. Is that even though we're saying it's not as big a deal and stuff, we're not saying it's not anything to worry about at all. We're just saying, at least from my view of it, that it's... Be cautious. Being cautious is good. Like I said, you don't want to catch it. You don't want to be a person who's spreading it to people who might actually be immunocompromised, and because you could be lethal to them or anything. We're not, like I said, we're not advocating of being careless and like going to the fucking beaches or something. I mean, I'm pretty sure all the beaches are closed by now, but if they weren't, per se, we're not saying go out and do that shit with a big group of people, obviously. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they're closed, so it doesn't matter anyway. But the point of the morality of it stands is that you don't go out and do that. You don't, like I said, you don't want to risk it. You don't want to actually be catching it or anything. You don't want to be making it worse or anything like that. Like I said, even if it doesn't affect you, you still don't want to get it because you could pass it to someone who it does affect majorly. And obviously you don't want to do that because that could, be the death of someone who, if they're immunocompromised or of a certain age or anything like that. Obviously, if anybody knows the information, if you're over 60, you're far more likely to die from it or be at least severely harmed, which you don't want. You don't want anybody over 60 being severely harmed by it, and, like I said, you just don't want to be that person that gets someone hurt or killed because you were careless and you started carrying it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But
it's always good just to be cautious of it and just, be smart, be hygienic, don't be a nasty bastard.
Yeah.
Don't wipe your ass with your bare hands and start shaking hands with people, that's just gross.
I forgot to mention with my workplace, I don't go to work tomorrow right now myself. But the thing is, with the way how this coronavirus is spread, our restaurants are closed and the only way you can go in is through drive-through. That's the only way you can go in. We don't
that's like the
physically
same
not
way.
allow you to go in.
That's the same way here. It's like all, like, sheets. You can get food from sheets. You're not, the outside and the indoor sitting areas, they're blocked off. They're closed. Like Subway, that inside area is closed. So now you can literally, like, I know, like, McDonald's is closed, Pizza Hut's closed. Unless it's drive-through, and it's like,
So we're in the same situation here too, but our businesses like bars and stuff, even though they don't usually do takeout, they're doing like pick up and they'll run it out the door to you kind of thing.
Curbside, basically.
Yeah, curbside pickups. Yeah.
In fact, if I wanted to, I could take this into an educational part. Even schools are shutting down because of this as well. I'll go to school and I'm currently on like a 3-week, work at home pretty much.
Isn't your third week technically your spring break?
Something like that. That is why this time.
And another thing I want to hammer on, like, while I'm really nervous, especially, is because watching, because we've been babysitting my 8-year-old little cousin, my 1-year-old little cousin, and my, like, 8-month-old cousin, and that's what's really got me worried, especially being really cautious,
Hello.
Thank you. You just actually reminded me because we've had this. My wife and I have had this argument with a dipshit that my dad was kind of friends with, but yeah, does not like us anymore. I'll tell you that much. But that's whatever. That's a whole entire different point right now. He doesn't like my wife and I anymore because of stuff we've told him because he's a dipshit and he doesn't read very well, or not because he's like special or anything. He's just ignorant as a motherfucker and won't read shit that he's supposed to, even when you explain it to him. But fuck, what was I going with? Oh, with kids. Now, my wife and I tried to explain this multiple times to the same dipshit, but apparently just would not get it through his fucking skull. It is not that kids are immune. It is just that there is basically very, very few to... There's almost no recorded cases. Not that there is no recorded cases at all, but as of the last time I checked, there's basically none or not any findable recorded cases of it being severely, like, basically just very dangerous, severe to the kids of a certain age, like 0 years old to 9 years old, fatal, yeah. But there's been basically none as of last time we checked. I mean, there's probably some here and there, and it probably comes around the kids having underlying health issues, because those are about the only people at risk. But a normal, healthy kid or anything like that is not. That's the big deal. A normal, healthy kid is not at all with that, or not at all, but basically not a big risk at all, for the most part. just to keep in mind, because I do see that going around a lot, saying that it's like all the kids are super susceptible and going to die if they get it or anything. I just want to make sure that it is known by a lot of people that it is not a death sentence if a kid gets it. They're between the ages of 0 to 9. There, like I said last time I checked, there's basically none, at least none recorded, of kids being in a severe condition or dying from this that weren't immunocompromised or anything like that. It's obviously a bit different if it was immunocompromised or if they're like something fucked up, like basically supposed to be in a fucking bubble, like a bubble kid. But that is a very, very limited scenario, and even then I don't think there was any recorded from that either. Kids typically just end up as a carrier. That's the big thing, is they are carriers of it. They won't be necessarily infected or even showing symptoms, but they carry the virus and kids spread it.
But still, though, like, even though with that, I'm still very cautious. Because,
No, just very good to be cautious. Cautious is still a good thing, like we said before.
So, in other words, keep your little ones sanitized, okay?
Keep
Please.
everything fucking sanitized is the most of it. Just be hygienic, be normal. Be a little cautious. Clean your hands, don't touch your faces, don't touch other people's faces. Try to keep other people from touching your face. I mean, unless it's what you're into, but you probably shouldn't do that right now.
No.
But,
see, that's why it's like...
keep your foot fetishes on a minimal.
That's why I said, like, with, me wearing gloves to work, that's why I always make sure I clean them. Yeah, at least if I don't douse them in water, I use disinfectant wipes.
Welcome to the salon.
That's good.
You
Now,
know.
I think another good topic. Let's see, are we good with this one? You guys got any more input on this?
No, but I do have a new topic.
What, dear?
The
Oh yeah, the end times. The fucking over freak out people are goddamn insane.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Ooh, that reminds me, I want to touch on this one more time before we go. The super conspiracy theory that I brought up earlier to you guys. I love that shit.
right.
It's funny as hell. God, I love it. There's a conspiracy going around. I don't have it all off the top of my head, but it's fucking ridiculous sounding. I'm sure if anybody's heard or pays attention to politics or anything, or the news for the most part, Tom Hanks was quarantined with it. Some basketball player was quarantined with it. A couple other people were quarantined with it, I'm pretty sure. Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister, and his wife for Canada, I'm pretty sure were both quarantined because of it.
That's what
And there's a big conspiracy. There's a big conspiracy going around that the reason that Justin Trudeau and his wife were said to have coronavirus, but the actual reason that they're in that is because they're in hiding or something like that, because that they were or they are being served papers on like crimes of financial crimes and stuff from the U.S. Nothing that I've ever seen backs this, but this is the theory still. It's funny. And Tom Hanks is actually got coronavirus and is not able to make it back to the U.S. right now because he was actually part of a pedophile ring and he's being caught for it or whatever, or they're being he's being investigated, so he's hiding away from the States. Then there was a couple other people named, I can't remember their names, there was a couple other famous actors. Then there was something about Harvey Weinstein because he's revealing a bunch of people. And it just keeps going and the list just gets crazier and crazier and fucking crazier, and oh my god, is it amazing.
Will Smith on this list?
No fucking clue, man. It's probably on there somewhere. There's all sorts of fucking people on there, it's amazing.
Yeah, that's the list. Oh, but there is one topic, one based on that did happen recently. Have to do with coronavirus.
Is it me or is Jake getting really quiet?
He's
Hello?
getting
He's got really quiet.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
You're still hearable, you were just like fading off more and more like you're slowly drifting down the abyss.
No, sorry, I was trying to talk.
Corona got him.
I was trying to talk and get a drink at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So, in gaming news, I know a lot of people here haven't played Mortal Kombat, and if you're like, oh, well, why haven't you guys played Mortal Kombat? There's one reason why, and it's kind of ruined because of Mr. Chill, because Will likes to ruin Mortal Kombat.
I have never done this.
Shut up.
Learn to tolerate your ass beatings, my son.
He's just too good for his own good.
It's not my good, it's your good.
A lot of people are hating Spawn. A lot of people are hating Spawn.
Will's too good for our enjoyment.
And yeah, exactly. And the people that are hating on Spawn is because Because Spawn actually has an anti-zone move, which everyone hates. Which is the fact that he... Yeah, okay, so... I think it is left, right, Y.
Oh, is it the one where he flips his cape over him and then he
Mm.
pulls his gun out?
No, he flips his cape up. He flips his cape, and then he grabs
Or no,
them.
he charges.
Yeah, and then he
Yep,
does that
okay.
Batman jump, which is
And then he
hilarious.
slams him into the ground. Okay, I remember.
Which is hilarious, because if anyone's wondering why I think it's hilarious, when Spawn came out, I had just finished playing Arkham Knight, and I was so used to Batman's cape physics, so when Spawn just blocks the bullets with his cape, picks them up, I'm like, ha, Batman slam. Yeah, people are hating Spawn, but I find it enjoyable because I can actually do stuff with Spawn. And also,
Want to fight?
I mean, sure, we can do it after this. I won't get far because I'm still learning Spawn, but I can actually do combos. No, people are getting annoyed because not only that, his one technically supposed to be zone move where he shoots a gun like horizontal. If you hit the right trigger, he actually pulls out two guns and just starts moving and shooting.
Oh yeah, it's a supercharged move. He goes from shooting the ground and then he walks forward with it.
Oh, enhanced.
However, though,
Yep.
I will say, still to my favorite is his super, because the fact that his super is, when you hit both triggers, is he hits you and then he jumps in the air and his cape's got guns, he's got guns, and he makes everyone's life, he makes that person's life.
He is America.
He is America. And the best part is his fatalities are funny, if you ask me. Because okay, if you don't know about Spawn, his cape's actually a living organism.
His whole costume.
Yeah. So he can put the cape over someone's head and essentially partially choke them and then hit them with chains, activate his hell magic, and rip them in half, which is always hilarious. Or, if he really doesn't like you, he could just rip your skin off, throw the cape around you, and then rip your organs out, and your skin. I mean, your flesh, not your skin. Your skin's gone at that point. But yeah, Spawn's really cool, and he also has a lot of really awesome outfits, and I love Spawn. But yeah.
Goes over here like, I hear you are enjoying the game. Let me break that for you.
Yeah, it was gonna break for me, but it's okay. I'm in the so much decent mood. D&D was hilarious. Oh, that was another thing. So someone said that, why are you guys going to D&D? They shouldn't be gathering to more than 10 people. I said, even if it was gathering more than 10 people, everyone we know that plays D&D works the same place, so it doesn't matter. If there's only one person that doesn't work there. If we got it, well, that person doesn't work with us is screwed. Because all my buddies that we play D&D with all work in retail. So
Just do it in the back area. Back
No.
where you'll hold.
no, we do it at we do it at our supervisor's house, which is hilarious.
Hey, whatever works, man.
Yeah, yeah. What else was there to talk about this week? Doom Eternal. That's been
Pretty
fun.
good game so far.
Pretty good game.
Balancing issues in the multiplayer, I'll give him that.
Yeah, I'm not too big of a fan of the multiplayer.
I'm not either. However,
If they
though,
bring... Cool.
oh, I'm sorry, Josh, but however, though, what I am a fan of is, if you have Twitch Prime, if you link your Bethesda account and your Twitch Prime account, you can unlock probably the best skin in that game, which is Doom Guy, all white outfit, and a unicorn head, and unicorn blade. It is the best thing in this world because you can run around hell beating people looking like a unicorn, and it's hilarious.
He has some pretty good skins.
Yeah.
Game has really good detail, I will give him that for sure.
Only thing I gotta say is just bring back just regular old TDM.
Bring back snap maps too.
Yeah. I know that
Another-
they're going to be bringing in like invasion shit for the campaign.
So, one thing though that I think still in the gaming talk that Will might be able to, I know Will definitely has some knowledge on, is Fiddlestick's new skin. Well, his rework is actually bringing up a lot of lore we don't know about. Well, we're slowly piecing together, and I think it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
However, his
Very well done.
like his voice is definitely piecing together all the things that have happened in certain characters' lives, like Jinx's life. Um, the biggest thing a lot of people are still working on trying to speculate is one of the sayings he says: "Fiddlesticks, end of man, fiddlesticks first to 10." A lot of people are thinking that there are 10 elder demons there are 9 other elder demons like fiddlesticks. But also, other people are speculating it's 9 other forms of fiddlesticks. Or 9 other...
I've heard
Animation
of
films.
9 other I've heard 9 other forms of fiddlesticks, like 9 other puppets.
Well, that's what I've heard too. The thing is because each of the skins represents each area in the League of Legends lore. Because they've all heard... Because fiddlesticks have been heard around League of Legends, like the world League of Legends is in, and they each have a different story of how Fiddlesticks looks. And so it's really cool because, you know, we're getting, like in Damascus, he actually has the whole chain, the metal, and the key. So it's really cool. His new appearance is definitely badass, but his voice, though, there were many things that growing up, I couldn't tolerate a lot of horror things, but now I can tolerate a lot, more than what I was when I was a kid. However, though, if there's anything that scare me, it's Fiddlestick's voice. That is scary. Just hearing it, sends shivers down my spine, but yeah, that's...
I love it.
Oh,
It's honestly great.
I love
Fucking
it too.
fantastic.
I love it too, but it sends shivers down my spine. That's what I love about it. Yeah. Besides that, man, Blizzard's really trying to unscrew themselves again, and they're still not doing any good at that. They finally, well, they've released a statement a few months back, but because of people going D&D on Saturdays and working, I've really been able to touch base with this stuff. So, with Blizzard trying to go back to the way WoW was, because at this point, I don't think anyone's going to buy Overwatch 2. Doom 4's very dependent on maybe, but they're trying to make the game as it once was, but they're now making all their DLC just like it doesn't matter anymore. Like they're still, you know, writing out all the stories for it, but when I started playing the game, there was a way to do it. You were leveling up, you got into different expansions. Now it's like, oh, it's level 1 through 60, 1 through 50. You can play any expansion you want. It doesn't even matter. Like, the fun and joy of it's been taken now. But now, on other news like that, there's still scumbags. The Call of Duty's new Warzone. Interesting. I'm not saying it's enjoyable, but I'm saying it's interesting. Definitely something Call of Duty shouldn't have had. But, you know, before we know it, Minecraft's gonna have one, and every game under the sun's gonna have one. What about you guys? Anything you guys want to hit base with? Because I feel like I've been talking too much.
Come by anytime.
I'm starting to feel lightheaded, to be honest.
I would like to add one topic. Recently, the three of us been on Rainbow Six playing the new arcade mode Golden Gun, which is honestly rather interesting and enjoyable. I would prove it, on my opinion.
If it's not like the James Bond Golden Gun multiplayer, I don't
That's
want.
exactly what it's a
Hey,
ripoff of.
exactly
Wait,
what it is.
really? Is it like James Bond Golden Gun multiplayer?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's exactly what it is.
Wait, is there respawns?
No.
No,
I was gonna
one
say.
life.
I was gonna say if there is, what are we doing? What do we do? Wait, is it free for all or teams?
Games.
Teams, 5v5s.
I was gonna say if it was
It's 5v5 secure area.
I was gonna say if it's actually like Golden Gun multiplayer, I was gonna be like, what are we doing here? We should be playing that.
Because we're going to be touching topics on this as well.
Oh yeah, this game is okay. Me and Will have been really excited for this game. A lot, really excited.
It's true.
The one thing that I know because this game came out what 2012. We're finally getting up
Yep.
to it. It just it hurts my eyes a bit because playing all these next gen games and it's like, oh hey, here's a game from 2012. It's like the graphics are like, oh, don't get me wrong, I love the game to death. The graphics is just like, okay.
I don't know. I don't see any issue with it.
I
I
don't
mean,
see
yeah, they're a
any
little
issue.
older,
I don't
but
got problem.
the
Oh,
game
it's still-
is very, very pretty.
I'm not saying that
It's
there's
the
an
whole
issue
part
with
with
the graphics. It just it hurt my eyes. Just going from ooh shiny bright to still shiny bright, but not as long as contrast.
I don't know. I'd see it as the other way, honestly. I think it'd be more of the other thing is new games have a lot more dulling and lighting. The thing I can see that hurt eyes in this game is the fact that this game is bright as all fucking hell.
It is.
Yeah, at least the casino.
Yeah, the game is very, very bright, but that's just because that's the style of game it was, is very, very colorful. I don't know. I don't care how dated it gets. I mean, yeah, it's got a little bit of date on it, but fuck, I absolutely adore these games. Fantasy Star Online is amazing. So much fun to play.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't mind it if they did, like, okay, if they did, like, a free texture, HD texture pack for this game, to update this game, oh yeah, I would be on that. I'd be on that, like, quite on rice, but, I'm not playing it. It's a great game. I love this game. I've been waiting for this game.
Why do you have a tail?
There it is.
That's the thing that I was going to show you earlier. It's a piece of armor.
So, from what Will just explained, Josh is some hybrid cat robot man.
No, it's like a dinosaur tail. Like that one that has the spike ball, Annie? No, Doedicurus. A Doedicurus. He's got that kind of tail now. Why do you have that?
It gets a piece of armor that gives me gunning.
Oh, and what did you say when he first walked up to you? I thought I heard you say
It
something.
said you'll cost him.
Oh, well, thank you.
But yeah.
I was able to change it finally, as you can tell.
the one big shenanigans part about this game is you can change how the guns are holstered on your back, and when you manage to change the gun holstering position from right on your back to like 8 feet away from you on your back, it just looks silly. And that's what I guess does game magic, but as I said,
I think the real magic is in the community.
Agreed.
True.
Well-
Community is great.
Well, they are if they talk, and I mean I can't. It probably is, but almost everyone looks the same until
I
like,
mean,
5
you
seconds
haven't-
later. When
You haven't
everyone's
been
up
to
on
one of the
stage.
social events.
Yeah.
Okay, let me finish. As I was saying though, everyone looks the same until like 5 seconds later when the game decides, okay, even though it's open beta.
Oh yeah, it's rendering.
Let's render everyone. So they're now not a dark figure; they're a person. That's probably still a dark figure.
Yeah. Anyways, though, Josh. So how do you like this new styling? As like I said, you could probably tell that I was able to switch it now.
Yeah.
Colors are new.
How'd you get the car pass?
It was in the mission pass.
Ah,
Yeah, somewhere in the mission pass. I don't remember what level, but yeah. So how do you like it?
it looks really nice.
Thank you. Better than the original?
Yes, I'm glad you went with
Thank
the
you.
orange over the red.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the red did not fit well with these shoulders. It just looked like way too red. It was wrong. It was it was very wrong. Wrong, and very wrong. But yeah, I got it now.
Nice.
Yeah. So, anything
Yeah, so
else
you think
you
it's
guys?
better than the original then?
Anything else you guys want to talk about
Good.
news-wise?
What's the good word?
Anybody got anything special?
The only thing that I have to add, not really anything important, that I've been watching Aqua Team Hunger Force again, and I miss that show so much.
Which quest are you up for?
It's always a good time. Trying to think of what. I feel like I had more topics, but
Fantasy Star itself. Getting on play.
Yeah, I can't think of much more to talk on it though. It's just the game's great, a lot of fun. It's really good MMO, old
Really-
stuff. It's
Really fucking drags you in.
really good style to it. It's just kind of constantly rolling and rolling. There's just quests, always shit to do. Basically, it's always nice. Obviously,
Okay,
it's always good to have something to do.
for me, that's I like it, but
Come back anytime.
it hasn't really been dragging me in that much.
That's
Well,
usually
you've
the
only,
story.
You
you've
smell
only
like
fucking
bitch.
touched it once since last beta.
Which quest are you up for?
Alright, now. I've
Smells
been
like
busy.
bitch in here.
Can't help that I've been busy.
So,
Um,
we're all busy.
Busy schmizzy. Sounds like something a commie would say.
well, you know what? Maybe-
All you do is play computer.
Okay, I can't help that.
I've seen you on fucking Steam, always on Final Fantasy 14.
Can't help that.
Fucking loser.
Can't help that.
Oh, Will,
Okay.
Will.
Could be helped.
Look at my mag.
Nice.
Yeah,
Look at
so
mine.
just saying, no, I can't help that, Josh. It's the game's addicting.
This game is addicting
You're a
too.
dick.
If you give it a chance.
It's horrible. It's been that game's just. Wait, here's the thing. I like this game. I like Final Fantasy. It's just I grew up playing Final Fantasy, and it's hard to
I
kind
have to
of
grow up with my fists in your ass.
hard to not play a game. Oh, something I was just reading now.
Want to say
So-
spotlight off him.
Yeah. I've been playing, I gotta say, with the Resident Evil 3 demo, they hit it right on the mark. I remember that game.
I
Enjoyable.
can't say I'm surprised. Resident Evil 2 was a fucking gem as a remake.
I mean, granted, my biggest thing was, I don't know if it was just my aim was bad, but when I was hitting the zombies in the head, they weren't falling over and dying.
No, they just take a lot of shots.
They take a lot of shots.
The game
Um,
isn't nice.
However, though, the game is especially... It's done one thing that I've always loved in Resident Evil games, if they do it right, is scaring me to the point of me just hitting the middle button on the controller and sitting at the home for like 30 minutes to, compose myself. Because my first encounter with Nemesis was, okay, I tried getting away from him, but he kept reeling me in, which I liked. Then I did the dumb thing of, okay, I'll just dodge his tentacles. As I ran up the steps to try to get back to the
That
place.
don't work.
I found that the hard way. I accidentally turned because I was in a panic, and when I turned around, I thought, okay, he can't already. And when I turned around, he was right behind me. I was like, oh shit. This is the-
Yeah,
and
he'll whip your ass for that.
And I hit the middle button. I sat there. I was like, love this game, but I don't know if I'm gonna wait until people are in this in a party I can talk to. That way, when I panic, I can try to move off because, damn, I don't like this. Don't get me wrong, I like it when the game scares me, But what I don't like it is when I turn around and there's ugly motherfucker right behind me and it's like, I'm gonna touch it. I'm gonna murder you. I'm like, please don't.
Bring that
Please
ass here.
don't.
Yeah, like,
Question, by the way, real quick, off ball. When you're leveling up your mag, when you have the food device things, right?
Yeah.
Do you give them all of them, or do you only give them the one you want them to have?
You give them the ones that you wanted to have. Like, if you wanted to become like a melee or... No, if you want to have like a ranger boost to help you boost your ranger powers or something like that. Give stuff like that.
So, when I have 50 of all of them, should I not feed them all of them?
You don't have to, because it maxes out at level 200. But if you don't like the stats that you put on them, there are stuff that you can, there are devices that you can get that actually deletes some of its levels, so you can actually put it back into other things.
yeah.
So, basically, build him in whatever area you want them in. Don't mix them.
Yeah.
Okay. What level was your guys's?
Well, 1-1.
I don't know, probably it's level 1 because I don't know what you guys are talking about, but...
We're talking about mags.
Perfectly fine.
Mags are like the little pets that you have floating by.
I don't have the bet.
We know, we can get you one really quickly.
So how do you get more stuff for them?
You can trade it in through X cubes or photon drops over the red booth. In the shop plaza.
But yeah, what other things can I talk about besides Resident Evil? Me loving it and scaring the crap out of me. I know this is something that everyone else will have touched on, but them finally actually connect. With me going back and playing the Assassin's Creed games, is I do from time to time. Glad they finally connected the two oddballs in the series, which happens to be Origins and Odyssey. And now this is spoiler warning, so I have warned
You
you.
gonna tell me fucking spoilers in my party?
Well, you're not gonna even
My
play the game,
server.
so you guys aren't even gonna play the game, so it doesn't matter.
I'm offended.
So
Me as well.
alright. So as Josh is offended, and it's okay because Josh will probably get annoyed because his pain hurts him. So it finally connects that, you know, in Origins you play as a guy in Egypt, and your father just so happens to be a Greek, because your grandfather took you from Greece, and your grandfather, mind you, is Persian, and decided, oh, okay, well, you know, you're better off living in Egypt, where everyone you trusted is going to turn against you and try to murder you.
Don't see the issue.
Don't see the issue there. I was just saying that they finally connected the games. Oh, and something cool. I'm really excited because the game I've been playing, getting back in playing that I've played a lot. City Skyline. They're getting a fishing expansion, which is happening next week. So it's gonna be fun. I don't know if I get to build a city on water, but if I do, it means I get to ruin it. That's gonna be hilarious.
Tsunami.
Oh, I was thinking more meteors. But yeah, I'm still waiting for a few more games to come out. This year's definitely gonna have a lot of interesting games out. One of them I'm really excited for is Watch Dogs London. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Wasn't
I'm
too.
kind of excited.
I forgot there was another Watch Dogs.
Yeah, same. I wasn't too impressed by 2.
However, though, there is something major though that is happening, which I'm surprised. So, Maple Story 2 is actually shutting down.
Really?
Yep. It is shutting down less than Maple Story 2. Less
Who's
than
that?
2 years after its Western launch. Oh, what's right?
It's like a side
Story-
scrolling.
Yeah. Thank you, Josh. I couldn't.
A side scroller RPG.
They are, it hasn't done as good as its predecessor in the last. And
I can't
What
believe
happened?
it too.
yeah, well, it's shutting down. It was released in the West in 2018. It was free to play. It's still free to play, but I think one of the biggest things was its controversial, quote unquote, controversial battle mode. I mean, battle royale mode, which every game seeming to do it now. It's getting annoying.
I don't see the problem.
But
There
Well,
should always be a battle royale.
that's getting shut down. Oh, and another big, actually, thing I found. Mortal Kombat Complete Edition is removed from Steam apparently.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I have to I'll have to find out why, but that's a very interesting choice. Why they would remove it. Apparently Galaxy's CEO is going on that apparently we're closer to the Matrix. I think he's more closer to being delusional. Yeah. And
That's kind of rounding back to the topic of VR.
yeah,
Because that was on interview with, I'm pretty sure it's IGN. They were talking about how Valve is starting to get back into making games with Half-Life Alyx, which is the next game in the Half-Life series. Which you haven't had a game in, what, 10 years?
yeah, and I'm still. I'm glad they're making another Half-Life game. I'm still waiting for Half-Life 3 though. It's gotta happen eventually.
But
It's not gonna
It's-
happen, Chief.
Oh,
it's the old myth, Valve scared number 3. But so they were talking about Half-Life Alyx. And apparently, somewhere I was reading an article somewhere, someone mentioned that after they're done with Half-Life Alyx, they're going to be working on porting Left 4 Dead 2 into VR.
I mean, Killing
That'd
Floor
be-
2 is
That
already
would
on
be
VR,
too much.
and it's hilarious because
That would be fucking horrifying.
yeah, well, Killing Floor 2 apparently is done really good on VR from what I was told.
Mm-hmm. Killing Floor 2 is also a little different because I think they made more of like a linear mode to play as well.
Yeah, it's more like a hack and a slash.
But alright, I think we could probably cut the podcast now. We've gone for a solid hour and 12.
Oh, well, the last
Ooh.
thing I wanted to talk about real quick that I found out is Half-Life Alyx will have preloads that will start on Friday. You don't know the release time is actually confirmed. I will give this and then we'll probably cut it. Pacific Daylight Time, March 23rd at 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 1 p.m. 23rd. And then London, the UK, beginning the 23rd at 5 p.m. And Australia, the weird country in the world, is beginning the 24th at 4 a.m.
If you bought anything with the Index, Knuckles, or the headset or a kit, you will be getting it free.
Oh, and the one thing that I was starting to that you guys that I read earlier was quote unquote Bethesda saying that Doom's eternal lack of deathmatch mode saying it's eons old. Which makes sense. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. But it's just, you know, we're slowly waiting now for just, you know, more games to come out so we can do more reviews and stuff. And
Yeehaw.
and actually one thing that I just was reminded of, if anyone's a fan of The Witcher, we are getting apparently another Witcher game, but it's not going to follow the main protagonist, Geralt. It's going to follow someone else. I don't know who. So, if you're a fan of The Witcher, apparently we're getting another Witcher game sometime soon. Who knows when? So,
Alright, let's wrap it up.
Alright. So,
Hope you guys enjoyed.
that it then? Nobody has any final things to tag on to? We all good then?
All set.
I got nothing.
Alright. Well, thank you for joining us. I hope this one was obviously better than the last. Last one we had lackluster topics and everything, but this time seems we actually had a good burn on it.
Yep.
Good thing too. Jake was actually able to join us on here. That's what made it really nice.
Nah, you still frozen.
wow. Wow. Well, you know
No,
what?
not you.
I'm-
Not
I'm-
you.
I'm-
Not you. Not you.
Oh.
We'll talk about it later.
But
Oh, wait, actually, there's
Yeah.
something I just found out that I do want to.
Yeah.
It's the last thing, I promise, okay? Listen, cause I'm sitting here looking at PC Gamer First Day News Week. So, the last thing before I shut up for the night on this podcast is Guild Wars 2 is getting a third expansion. And if you haven't played Guild Wars 2, you're missing out on a really fun game. That is all.
I just want to point out and say how many of these topics you probably could have saved for the next podcast.
Yep.
shut up.
Okay, that's the thing.
saves.
That's if I need them at the next podcast.
Write them down and send them to
Fair
us.
point.
But you,
Well, then he wouldn't be able to talk about them.
There.
I didn't know.
But alright, so we're good then?
Yeah, we can have it.
I'm good.
Bye!
Alright. Alright, well thank you guys for joining us. I hope you all enjoyed, and we will see you in the next one. See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Goober.